Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Bookstore Shenanigans. I'm your local bookstore clerk, D Nice, over here at the Print and Word Bookstore, in Portsmouth, VA, in the Churchland section. And we're gonna start off the episode with yet another episode, a mini-sode of the sign shenanigans, the infamous yellow sign that I have messed up time and time again. But I think I'm starting to get it. Right. So let me show you guys what we're doing, what I cooked up with the sign today. This episode. Right, so on the last episode, in case it did a weird audio thing, I showed you guys that one of the problems that we have here at the Print and Word Bookstore is that people don't necessarily know that we are a bookstore because it says the printed word and there are books right there as part of the logo, but it doesn't explicitly say the printed word bookstore. I know the obvious fix would be to add the word bookstore somewhere on the sign or underneath that, but that's not possible at the moment. Maybe in the future we'll see. But right now, the next best thing that we can do is to work with the infamous yellow sign that I have messed up time and time again. But today, guys, I think I got it. I think I'm getting the hang of this sign. We are a bookstore. That is what I chose to put on the sign today. So prayerfully, people who are just passing by here in the Churchland area can just take a look, see at the sign right here, and know that the printed word is in fact a bookstore, a local bookstore. And we don't have printing services. I think we did in the very beginning, but we don't do that anymore. And so, what do you guys think? Did I cook it up today with "We Are a Bookstore"? I'm waiting, okay? Like I said, when I become more well-read, these signs are going to be cooking because I'm going to be having puns, book puns all over the place, literacy puns all over the place. But until then, so this is, like I said, just an update since the last Bookstore Shenanigans where I talked about people might not necessarily know we are a bookstore. We cannot just put bookstore on the sign right now. Obviously, I am just a clerk. I don't have authority to do that. But next best thing, I can change the words on this sign. So we might not have it on the big sign, but we have it on the little sign. So prayerfully, when people are passing by, they can see this sign right here and know that we are a bookstore. And even if they approach, if they just get closer, they can read this beforehand and be like, oh, it's a bookstore. And so when they come in and see that we are open, they're not surprised to find all these lovely books on our shelves. Simply fantastic. So that is an update on the whole "we are a bookstore" situation scenario, guys. So next up, social media. So one of you guys suggested in the comments of the last video that maybe we post on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. I am here to tell you, hopefully I can get this tripod working properly. So we are actually active on both Facebook and Instagram. And now, as you can see, YouTube, working on the long form content. That is going to be my area of expertise because I have time. I have the longest amount of time to work on our long form content. So we're getting that out here in the public, here on the land of YouTube. But other than that, like I said, we are actually currently active on both Facebook and Instagram. I always put the links in the bottom, but YouTube does not allow us to put clickable links in the bottom. So boo-hoo, so sad, but they're still down there. You'll just have to copy and paste them to see what our stuff is like. Or you could just look up the printed word books on social media. If you just look up the printed word, we're probably going to come up and you'll see that it's us because the logo that you see will match the logo that you saw on our sign because we are in fact a real bookstore in Portsmouth, VA. Yay! So lastly, on this episode of Bookstore Shenanigans, if you do go to our socials, you'll see the types of content that we've been posting throughout the years. This place has existed for 3 years now. This will be going on our 4th year in operation. And give us a little audit. Let us know, how are we doing on social media? Is it giving bookstore? Is it giving books? Is it giving literacy? Is it giving reading? Is it giving learning? Is it giving youth? Is it giving, I don't know. What is it giving? Let me know. Is giving still a thing that people say? I don't know. I'm in my 30s, guys, so I don't know the young, youthful lingo anymore. But let us know, what is the vibe that we are giving off? Prayerfully, first and foremost, it is bookstore. And so let us know if we're doing a great job at that, and let us know if we're not doing a great job at that as well. We just take constructive criticism. It's not going to hurt our feelings any because we want to be better in the year 2026. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this episode of Bookstore Shenanigans by letting you guys see some of the books that I posted on our post today. So I do a daily post. I've taken over doing the daily post for Instagram and Facebook when I am here in the building every Tuesday and Thursday in the morning. So I have taken to what I like to do is I like to take a picture of the outside. I like to take a picture of the infamous sign, and I like to take a selfie in front of the sign, as well as pick a general theme as to what I want that carousel to look like. So today the theme that I picked was young adult slash teens. As you can see behind me, can I? There we go. That is our teen slash young adult section. It's a pretty small section in the bookstore because it is one of the areas that we haven't been able to like really dive into over the past 3 years. We do really, really well with reaching out to the youth, like kids, children, like elementary school age. So our kids section is really well. Our young reading scholars, fantastic. That is the section that we've been doing the best at. We reach adults well. We have both a women's book club and a men's book club, and that's doing well, and we do that regularly. However, the area that I would say that we have been weakest in is probably the teen and young adults section area, reaching that particular audience, because I myself was a young adult once. I still kind of am. I'm on the very tail end of being considered a young adult right now. But I remember when I was in elementary school or in grade school, reading young adults books was like, that was my jam. I was an introvert, and that was just kind of like where I found my peace. That's where I found I could just be myself and just get lost in a book. And so this year in 2026, we're really going to try to work on getting some of our teens and our young adults over here to start loving reading again, start loving books. I don't know what the landscape is like because I don't really have any youths around me. So I don't know if the young kids really enjoy reading physical books, or maybe they're reading digital books, or if they read at all because of the day and age that we're in. But I just want to showcase some of the young adult books that we currently have on our shelves. I have not read any of them, but we still have them, and they're wonderful. Here is Cast. So this is the origins of our discontents. So I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we are a Black-owned, female-owned bookstore, and so we do have a lot of Black stories on our shelves, which is fantastic. Not just Black stories, but books by Black authors as well. And so we just have, look at this, man. Look how cute that looks. Fantastic. So we have a lot of chapter books, not too fine print. Like the font itself is very legible, very readable, easily readable. Like this is definitely something that I would have read back in the day when I was going to school. I definitely would have picked this up off the shelf and just like probably cranked it out in a week and just been like, let me read more. What else do we have? So this one I had never seen until today when I was making our social media post. This is actually a little book of poetry. So it is like super cute, and I'm just like, look how aesthetic that is. I don't know if you can tell the size properly by what you are seeing online, but it is just like, it's a pocket book of poetry, essentially. Like you can just stuff it. I can stuff it in my pouch, right? I can stuff it in my pouch, and boom, I have a pocket full of poetry. But isn't that cute? That is adorable. I also just love the graphics of it as well. There you go. Let me give you a close-up of it. But I'm just trying to give you guys a sense as to the stuff that we have on our shelves. This right here is a fairly new edition. We just got this last year from a local author based here in Hampton Roads. So that is awesome. As you can see, the quality is really nice. It's a hardcover book, and it is a young adult novel that we have here from a local author, which is fantastic that we also get to support local authors here and cater to the young adults as well. It's important because like we like to have a variety available for the young adults or anybody who comes through our doors in general. And I think this adds a good variety to our young adult section because we don't have too much like fantasy stuff on our shelves, but I think this really does help. What else? So now this is definitely something that I would probably gravitate to in my later high school years, probably like junior, senior year, grown, because I was thinking I was grown. I won't grown. I was thinking it though, but I won't grown. How many of you can resonate with that? You were thinking you were grown, but you won't grown. I have no idea what this book is about. I haven't read this, but I would definitely have gravitated to this in my senior year in high school. And I would have been like, let me read everything this week and be done. That's another thing that was about me that I pray that the youth of today still appreciates, is just like getting lost in the book. So I would just be completely absorbed in that world of the book. So if I was reading this, all of my free time would be reading this. And it's like, I would not be aware of the stuff around me, because I would be seeing the movie before the movie was made. I would be seeing it in my mind as I'm reading these books. And so like sometimes I'd be crying reading books because I was just seeing the scenes. I swear I was adding a musical score to the background as well. And so I just love seeing them unfold on the pages and then imagining it in my mind. So I just pray that the youth of today get that same vibe from what we have on our shelves and beyond. Dear Justice by Nick Stone. Very unique way to spell Nick. Super cool. Again, all like just very pretty easy reads. Not too difficult, really great and appropriate for the age level, for the young adult age level, so that they don't have to dedicate too much time to finishing it out, because it's very legible, very easy to read. The font is nice and big. And I really appreciated that growing up, because the big chunky books, I'm sorry, I couldn't make it. Like, you threw some Lord of the Rings at me, I'm done. I can't do it. So for me, I just appreciate the variety of stuff that they have nowadays for kids. Like, this one is for someone who's like, I am ready to just dig and dive in for like a month. Because like this would have definitely taken me a while, but this looks like a good, like, I'm really going to get lost in the pages and like start seeing the story unfold in my mind as I'm reading it type book right here. That is so nice. And I heard that this author is actually quite popular as well. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh, okay. So the last thing I'm going to showcase to you guys is these two right here. Can you see? Okay. Look, where's my hand? How do I do this? So these two right here, the purple and the pink, let me just lift them up. We're going to end on this. These two right here, super special, because this is by Raven. So Dr. Raven. Dr. Raven is actually going to be here this month, January 24th, 2026. Between the time of 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. because this month, that's why I chose to do the young adult section today. We actually have a Virginia young adult author panel that I'm super excited about, because we are like starting off the year super hot, like on fire for literacy, on fire for reading, and on fire for getting the young adults engaged in reading, and just the love of books and the love of reading. So we have our Virginia young adult author panel happening right here at the Print and Word Bookstore this January 24th, 2026, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And Dr. Raven is actually going to be the panel moderator, but she herself, she is a local author. So what's so awesome about it is that they are Virginia authors. They are local authors that's going to be in the room. There's going to be a total of 4 of them, including Dr. Raven, I believe. Am I remembering correctly? I think so. 3 or 4. I think 4. But anyway, we're going to have a bunch of their books available for sale. But what's really important, what I'm really excited about, is getting the U's in the door. So if you haven't already registered, please be sure to register on our Eventbrite link. I will try to put it in the description, but again, YouTube doesn't allow us at the moment to have clickable links. But just copy and paste it, or just Google Virginia Young Adult Author Panel and it should pop up. I'm super excited because I really pray that this room is just filled with young adults, with youths. I don't just want people, members of the community. I want the actual audience that they're catering to be in the building, to see a love of books, to be able to ask questions of people who are actively published authors here in Virginia. Because if they can do it, you can do it. You can do anything. You can be a writer, or maybe you're just interested in seeing what type of books we have here available for young adults. So I'm just really looking forward to getting as many young adults and teens through the door as possible, to just shine the light of literacy in their lives here at the Print and Word Bookstore. So let me know if you have any advice as to how we can promote our young adults Virginia Young Adult Author Panel happening this month, January 24th, from 2 to 4 p.m. here at the Print and Word Bookstore. What can we do to get the word out? If you can, please spread the word. Let everybody know that it's happening, and that you can register on Eventbrite to get your place, so that we have an idea as to how many people are going to come in the house. I am praying that it's so popular that we get the opportunity to do this regularly throughout the year, maybe quarterly, have some type of panel with local authors, local writers, local poets, just to get different groups of people in the room excited about reading, excited about literacy, shining the light of literacy throughout our community. That is what we want to do here at the Printed Word Bookstore. So any advice that you have, please, please, please let us know in the comments. We love you guys. We appreciate every viewer, every subscriber, everybody who comes by and walks through our doors, because we are a real bookstore here in Portsmouth, VA, in the Churchland section. So have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. And until next time, this has been D Nice over here at the Printed Word Bookstore, and it has been another wonderful episode of Bookstore Shenanigans. We will see you guys when we see you guys. Until next time, have a blessed one. Goodbye.